Sundays at 5 on WSIC. Local starts here.
The following is a paid program and does not necessarily reflect the views of WSIC.
I want to see the kind of industries that are opening up.
This is Local Biz Now with Joe Vagnone, where your business matters. Local Biz Now.
You have to determine what is working, what isn't working.
Joe Vagnone is a respected business broker, helping individuals buy and sell businesses. Joe has successfully owned and operated many companies in a variety of industries. This is Local Biz Now, because your business matters.
Yeah. As always, welcome to the #1 live business show in North Carolina. I am Joe Vagnone, and we're here to inspire, inform, and entertain you, because that's what we do every Monday afternoon. This is where your business matters. All right. All of my loyal Local Biz Now listeners, today is a special day. After more than 10 years of broadcasting, we're rolling out our first official format change. And I can't think of a better way to kick it off than with the top mortgage expert in the country, proudly affiliated with Element Home Loans. This is a real full circle moment for me, because you probably don't know this, but Brad Roche is the guy who first introduced me to WSIC and was actually the first person to put me on live radio. Brad is a master mortgage coach, a branch manager at Element Home Loans, and one of the most respected names in home financing across the Charlotte metro area. He's been helping families and business owners find the right path to home ownership for years, always with incredible energy, integrity, and heart. I've invited Brad to speak at many of my small business events over the years, and he has always bring down the house, combining sharp business insight with stories that stick with you. Whether you've caught his videos online or seen him out supporting the community, you always know Brad brings passion and purpose wherever he goes. So please join me in welcoming my good friend, whether he will admit it or not, the man, the legend, Brad Roche. Brad, welcome to the show, my friend. It is great having you. Local Biz Now is all yours.
It doesn't get any better than that. Thank you, Joe Vagnone. And hopefully you were enjoying a cigar while we are in the studio. I am joined with Dana Flanagan. How are you? Welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
And we got a good time. You know we have to be entertaining. He mentioned that, right? You didn't know that part, right? Yeah, okay, so we'll try and do entertaining. So you've got an interesting background. We talked real estate. If you tuned in last show, we talked about financing a lot of owners, and not always as easy because your tax returns don't always look that right, and writing some things off, using some bank statements, buying for investors. We went on and on about how you can finance houses without a job, or doing it through not your traditional loan way, right? So you've been in real estate how long? Remind me of that.
25 years.
25 years. So it's been a minute.
Yeah.
I'm on 30. It's a long time. We're aging ourselves right here. But you got 55 years, right? Is that 55? I do mortgages.
Yeah.
55, that was 55.
Right.
55 years of experience that we'll kind of dump into you today. But you've also gone a different direction as well with some of your consulting. Talk a little bit about that for a minute.
Yeah. So I've done pretty much everything in real estate under the sun through the years. I was a top producing agent. Have
primarily residential
for the most part. Yep. Have flipped homes, have had investment properties, and moved to the Charlotte area a couple years ago from Connecticut. And in that time, I was coaching agents, and I decided, I had people coming to me asking me, do you just coach realtors or can you coach me too? And they needed help with social media, branding, things like that. And I ended up basically building a consulting firm where I work with not only individuals, but with businesses on their brand presence, how to position themselves in today's market, and how to be visible, like how to actually get in front of the people that need to see or hear about what they have to offer.
It's fully loaded sentence you just said. Fully loaded. So a question, a lot of people, especially owners, realtors, mortgage guys, businesses in general, my social media, right? You hear that often, I know, in your position. So what is it that most of them what are they looking for? And what is it maybe that's missing, right? That when you look at an average business, say, man, I often will do that when I go look at a house that needs a little bit of love to it, right? A lot of people can't see the finished product on one of the flip houses you were mentioning, right? What are they missing, or what are they looking for? What do you look for?
As far as businesses,
social media kind of in general. I could go down that lane for a minute.
Yeah. So with social media, people can just randomly post, and that's what a lot of people do. And they don't think about it as free advertising, marketing for their business. And they don't know how to position themselves so people find their content relevant and that they actually care to stop and look at it. So they're kind of all over the place. They're just randomly posting pictures of their family and their dog, and that's fine. But if you want to use it as another tool for marketing and to be able to actually attract your ideal client, there's sort of a technique to doing this. And it's building that authority online. It doesn't happen overnight. People have to understand who you are, what you do, who you help, and how you help them, or they're not going to be interested in what it is that you have to offer. They're not going to stop. So it's got to be engaging enough where it stops the scroll, so people will actually read what you have in your post, or they'll click on your content, or they'll follow you, and then they'll continue to follow you, and it builds that trust and that rapport, and then they'll refer you. They see it's kind of like when you drive by a billboard, right? You drive by a billboard on the highway and you see it over and over again, but you're not going to stop and write the phone number down.
Yeah.
But if it's a roofing company and you need a roofer, you remember it, right? Yeah. It's repetition, and that's really what it's for.
I think a lot of people I've talked to, they're looking for a secret sauce in this. That's I don't think it's there,
no.
Right? You can algorithms.
Yeah.
I can use all these other words it's not a secret sauce. Like a lot of people, you have to post 5 times a day. Not if it's crap. It doesn't matter.
Exactly.
or good content, like you're saying. I think another I would call it a mooring line is, I don't want to be on video. Some don't want to do that. How do you overcome or get them started? Or is that just something that your firm does for them on a regular basis, hand in hand with them? How does that work? My social media, not mine personally, but if it's broken, and that was is this just part of it? Is it all of what you're going in? Give me a little more details on that.
Yeah, so we first of all, we diagnose what is the problem that they're having. So are they posting a lot and they're just not getting any engagement? Are they not posting at all? Clearly, that's obviously something that we need to work on. But what exactly are they doing? Because I have people that come to me, they post all the time, and their content's pretty good, but they're not getting any responses. So that's
a great way to start. Okay, let's drive down that a minute. So they're not getting any responses. Where do you start with something like that?
Right. So the idea is to post an engaging hook, valuable content that brings value to your audience, and then a call to action. So what do you want them to do next? So do you want them to go into your DMs? Do you want them to click on your website? Do you want them to, do something else, like fill out a form or whatever? Those are all different call to actions that you can put in there. And I like to drive people to my direct messages, because then I can have a conversation with them.
Versus them just browsing online on a page. Yeah.
Think of it as social. Like if you walk into somebody in the grocery store, you don't just start feature dumping everything all over them. You have a conversation.
That's very fair.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing, and it takes time, right?
Well, we've got the music coming on. We're going to take a quick break. We're listening to Dana and sharing a little bit on getting your social media right. But I'm going to come back. When we come back, I want to talk a little bit more about the hook. Yeah. And I see a lot of posts that don't have DM me either. So there's a couple keys that we can implement right away. We'll be right back.
12 years strong, Joe Vagnone is still delivering the conversations that count. More local Biz Now after the break, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, what do you say we keep the warm weather around for a few days? I don't think anybody will mind that. Partly cloudy, mainly dry. We're in the upper 70s.
Oh, I can hear me now. Okay, we're live.
Comfortable mid-50s overnight, which is really where we should be for
slow learner, but I got it.
This time of the year. Into the low and mid-80s Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll bring a rain chance back again by Thursday. That's your forecast from the Surf Pickleball and Kitchen. I'm WSIC meteorologist Chase Myers.
Inspire your team and gallop to greatness. Our horses at Willow Equine are outstanding at working with people on leadership and team building skills. Perfect for corporate retreats. Visit willowequine.com.
I don't want you to say something too good during a break, so you got to be like, hey, say that again. Were they watching? Hey, bathroom breaks and things.
Start your engines in Huntersville at the Huntersville Spring Car and Truck Show, happening Saturday, March 14th from 9 a.m. to noon at Veterans Park.
Where'd you say you
truck,
moved from?
and motorcycle owners are
Connecticut
invited to
to
show
here.
off their rides.
What do you think of the
connect with
difference?
fellow
This is it, right?
enthusiasts, and
Amazing.
compete
Yeah.
for
Amazing.
awards.
The weather's
Lake
better.
Norman.
Just come
I love
enjoy
it.
the vehicles,
Best thing we did.
food,
I'm original
and
Michigan.
car-lover
Oh, okay.
atmosphere.
So
Registration is
when it
free,
snowed here,
but
you were here?
space is limited.
That's
For
terrible.
details
That was
and
We still
terrible.
had a snowblower.
information,
Yeah,
visit
see, we didn't even have a real
Our
shovel.
neighbors were like,
We
where'd you guys
didn't
get
have a
that?
shovel.
Then
I
keep the phone
had a
going that
dirt
same
shovel.
day.
Oh,
Lucky
no.
We were
Village,
out there
the
scraping.
Oh, no, we got all the
celebration
shovels at our
takes
neighbors'
place
prepare.
March 14th
I got
from
rid of that when I
4:30
moved
to
them.
7:30
Well, we sold our
p.m.
heavy
at
duty one. We had a
Birkdale
little
Village in
like
Huntersville.
electric
Enjoy
snow
live
thrower that
bagpipes from
actually
the
did a good
Loch Norman
job.
Pipe
First
Band,
couple
Irish
years, you
dance
had to look for winter
performances, and
coats. Like, where did
high-energy
all those
music
go?
from the
Yeah,
Hitmen
yeah.
Party Band.
Just depends
Plus,
on the year.
plenty of
Yeah.
family-friendly fun and
This
festive
weather's great.
vibes. It's free to attend
psyched.
and perfect for all ages. Learn more at birkdalevillage.com.
Or head over to downtown Mooresville for another St. Patrick's Day celebration. Shamrocks and Shenanigans, this Saturday from 3 to 8 p.m. along North Main Street in downtown Mooresville. The festival features live music from Pluto for Planet, Irish dancers, the Mooresville Fire Rescue Pipes and Drums, food trucks, and festive
Fun
beverages
show in
along
Birkdale.
Broad
You've
and
been
Main
there?
Streets. There's
Yeah,
also
they were
a
telling
bar
me they
crawl
finished
option with
the
advanced
middle
tickets
bar
including
area.
9
I
tasting
saw it.
stops
Okay, I haven't
and
seen
St.
that.
Patrick's
Yeah,
Day
Pretty cool.
swag.
I saw
Find
people there. The
tickets and
TVs were
event
on and
details
people were
online
upstairs,
at
so I'm
downtown
Good time.
Mooresville.com.
looking forward to checking that out. Yeah.
Especially as the weather gets better.
Oh, I know. That place will be jamming, I'm sure.
April 23rd through 26th to Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Hear Allison Krause at Union Station featuring Jerry Douglas, Old Crow Medicine Show, Charles Wesley Godwin,
When he
Blackberry
says 30
Smoke, and
seconds, it's a
more. For
lot
tickets,
shorter
visit
when you're talking.
merlefest.org.
It's longer
You don't
when
have
you're
to
sitting
look
there.
to find
For
local
sure.
events around Lake Norman.
A lot
You just
shorter.
need Live, Work, Play, LKN.com.
That's live, work, play, LKN.com.
Okay.
12 years of conversations, thousands of insights, and one truth: your business matters. This is Local Biz Now, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
And welcome back to the #1 live business show in North Carolina. I am Joe Vagnone, and this is where your business matters. Today is big. After more than 13 years on the air, we're launching a brand new format, and I wanted to kick it off with somebody very special to me. The guy who first introduced me to WSIC and live radio and literally put me on live radio. He's a master mortgage coach, a nationally recognized top producer and top manager of Element Home Loans right here in Lake Norman area, and one of the most trusted names in home financing in the country. My dear friend, whether he will admit it or not, Brad Roche. Brad, welcome to Local Biz Now, my friend. It's all yours.
I will definitely admit it. Joe is definitely a class act. Thanks for joining us on Local Biz Now. To reach my office, 704-412-2727. Direct dial. Go to fortheplan.com. We'll get you hooked up with your mortgage needs. But we were talking about posting for businesses. Totally different. Little twist from that. And you had mentioned, call to action. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna tell you, that's not something you can Google that. It's pretty easy. That people know.
Right.
You should have a call to action.
Right.
I bet if I went back through some of my posts, I would look at, man, you didn't even ask anything what you were looking for or what their next step would be. So I do take note to that. But let's spend a minute on the hook. What did you mean by that? And how could a business look to do that better?
Yeah. So really you want to call out your audience that you're looking to attract. So you can do that.
Everybody with an 800 credit score and wants $1 million house.
There you go.
That's how you do that?
Exactly.
Okay,
exactly. Okay. You can call out your audience that you're looking to place your content in front of, because the algorithm will pick that up, that you're looking to be like, that's who you want to talk to. So, you ever looked at some videos of crazy cat videos or something? All of a sudden you're like, why are these all over my feed?
Yes.
Because the algorithm saw that you looked at that.
I didn't see crazy cats. That's not what I was looking at.
Whatever
Okay, I got your
it is,
point.
right?
But I said yes pretty quick to that.
Right.
But now people think they're just listening in on you.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's more towards what they're posting or know it is.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So your phone's not a creepy listener inner, and then all of a sudden you open up an app and you see it.
Right.
This is intentional because of the wording in the post.
The amount of time you watch a video, the amount of times you rewatch it, like if you're trying to read something on the screen and you keep rewatching the video because you're trying to read what's on the screen, or you like the video or you share it with people, that the algorithm picks up that is a hot video. So then it will continue to position that type of content in front of you. So look at the type of content that you want to be positioned in front of, and then tell the algorithm through your content that you want to be positioned in front of those type of people. So if you are, I don't know, selling baby products, you could be like, hey, moms and dads, right? So you call out the audience, and you don't have to name them, but I'm kind of giving you an example.
Let's look. You've worked with realtors for years.
For sure,
right?
yeah.
And that's part of your forte, that you've done that for 25 years. You know the craft. You've mastered the craft. What would be an example of a house posting or something in real estate? Could you go down that road? Like, hey, home buyers on Lake Norman. Am I thinking along the right tracks?
Yeah, like, I mean, even just something like looking for the perfect home it's kind of generic, right?
Yeah.
So you want to find something that's like really going to stop the scroll, and you'll see people getting really creative. A hook isn't always what is written on the screen. It also can be what's said.
Fair.
So it can be something that you're like kind of yelling, that's coming out of your mouth, or it can also be a movement. So you'll see people notice that sometimes you'll see people like drinking out of a water bottle in their car. Like that's a hook. So it's
Why is that a hook? Stop
because
there for a minute.
it's movement and it stops.
It just catches me. Like, what's he doing?
Like people take your sunglasses off before you start talking. Like that's a hook. You'll see people like smush a soda can, right? That's a hook because people are like, why is he doing that?
When you said hook to me, I'm thinking, hey, buy one, get one free, $1.99. Or, that's what I'm thinking of. How do I hook them in? Or, hey, you can upgrade and get a free apple pie.
Yeah.
Something like, right. That was where I was thinking.
Right.
But a hook is grabbing their
attention.
I would call it an attention hook then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, they're different.
You'll see a lot of funny things where you'll see someone falling off a bike, right? And then it will jump to something else. The only reason they did that was to get you to stop to watch the video. So you'll see a lot of things out there that are very creative, but you always want to address your audience or whatever it is that you're trying to get to through making them want to read the rest of it, right? So it's kind of like you say a sentence and then you can do like ... And in order for them to see the rest of it, they have to either watch the video, click on it, and then read below, right? So.
Okay, so we're getting attention, grabbing their hook. I'm getting that piece. Where else? Okay, let me ask it this way: how big of a portion, when you're talking to a business or realtor for that matter, or business in general, how big a portion is social media to what you're looking at?
Oh, it's honestly, it's everything. It really is.
Why do you feel that way? Like that's everything?
Because you'll see people that will spend a lot of money on other types of advertising. Think about where
magazine or something.
Yeah, but think about where do people spend the most amount of their time now on their phones, right? So you can do paid advertisement for sure, Google ads, placement, that sort of thing. But social media is free. So if you're not utilizing that, people come to me and they'll say, oh, should I do paid ads? And I'm like, well, let me take a look at your social media. If your social media is not converting organically, you don't need to run ads. You need to get
That's a good point to underline. Spend a second on that. Meaning if nobody's calling me saying, hey, Brad, I'd like a mortgage on your current social media, for you to go pay for it, you're almost stretching a little further. You don't even have the people who know and trust you and like you deal in business.
Absolutely.
Or at least direct business with you. However, when you mentioned, do you have some kind of action point on there, like DM me, what do you expect them to do? Just thumbs up it? And that may be what anybody, it's interesting because I think people, when they do post things, what are you looking for on your post? Oh, if somebody liked it or commented, right?
Right.
It's different in business.
Sure.
We're not just looking for likes. We're looking for some action items.
Absolutely. Right. And so I always tell people, I don't really care how many people comment or like. I want to see the views. I look at the analytics of how many people have viewed it. Because a lot of times how many times do we scroll through our phone and we're like, oh, that was cute. And we don't touch the phone though. We don't tap it. We don't like it. We just keep scrolling, but we're watching what's happening, right? So those are the views that you'll see. And then as far as the virality, I don't care about going viral. I've had several reels go viral. All it does is sort of get you off topic of where you were originally trying to point the post in the first place, because then you get people that are commenting and it's kind of gets it's like that game Telephone, right? It just sort of gets skewed as it rolls downhill, right? So I would rather have 5 really interested people in whatever it is that I have to offer in my DMs having a conversation with me about how I can help them than have a post go viral.
Do you find that a lot of the clients look almost the opposite? Like they'd rather have the interactions than you're saying quality over quantity.
For sure.
And I think everybody's appetite, whether it's for attention and mine probably included, would be the more likes, the better that post was.
Right.
But really it's conversion when you're in business.
100%. Well, think about it. I mean, you're a mortgage broker. So, a lender, have you ever bought leads or have you ever paid for a lead service?
Sure.
Right. So they're companies that will promise you 500 leads, and then you sign up because it sounds good, and it's crap. Like all the leads are garbage. Yeah. I would rather get, for that, let's say for a month, I'd rather have 20 really qualified buyers than 500 leads they're not qualified. They're just throwing spaghetti at the wall, right? So it's kind of the same thing. And I've done that in real estate as well. Like I've had unqualified clients that can't qualify for a home, and they shouldn't even be looking at houses, right? So it's that quality of that conversation. That person is really interested in what it is that you're offering. So
I think your example of when you walk into the grocery store, you know, I don't remember even how you said it, but I got the point where it's like you walk in, you want to talk to somebody. And that's, there's an experience that goes with that.
Sure.
And maybe more people are looking for part of that experience, that someone who reaches out. I hate walking into a store and nobody say nothing to you. I think it's crazy. I've owned several different businesses, from a cigar shop to breakfast places, things like that.
Well, that doesn't happen around here.
Right.
Everybody
you
talks
want
to
them
you.
to say hello. You're new here still. And they honk because they're being polite, right? Usually.
Right.
In Detroit, they would more honk, get out of the way. So
yeah,
it's
exactly.
Totally different. So what is an ideal client for you?
Somebody that is coachable, that is really, truly interested in making a change for whatever it is that they're trying to do. And I'm being very general here. Somebody that understands that they're investing in themselves, because you have a lot of people out there that want things for free, right? Yeah. So they're like, wow, there's actually a cost that comes with that.
I think it's funny how people will hesitate on something that's important, or a hole in the boat that they could plug up, and they don't want to invest the dollars into it. Don't you think that that's almost saying, I'm not worth that risk?
100%.
Yeah, right. When I grew up, when I was young, I didn't go to college. I just did high school and got into the mortgage business.
Yeah, same with me. Yeah.
Well, then we got into, there's coaching and training. This is back 1995, 96, right? So I get into coaching. This coaching was a couple $1,000s a month to get on the phone. Crazy, right?
Yeah.
No, it changed my career. Got the education I needed. But the investment wasn't $2,000 is crazy a month to pay back then.
Right.
It was, what can I do? What will happen if I do the work and be coachable?
Right.
And so what is and this may be a cheesy way to ask it, but what do you say is coachable to you? Just do what I say? That's not just it. And I think some people think that, like, you're going to boss me around, do 50 more push-ups. No.
Somebody that they know where the gaps are, and they don't know how to get past that hang up that they have, right? So like you'll get people that say they want to coach, but then they actually really don't want to change. So they'll make every excuse in the book. They'll complain. They will. These are the type of people that drop out of a program if it's like a month to month. That's why I like to get my investment up front, because people will, they'll make every excuse of why things didn't work after 3 weeks or whatever. So I think just really somebody that is open to change, that understands that it takes time. There's a lot of people out there that want to see results, and I get it, right? But
we want a pizza in 5 minutes. Right. What are you talking about? Everything's quick. Let's have it. You
got to wait, 30 minutes for a delivery now, and it's like, Amazon comes at your door sometimes the same day.
Yeah.
And so people want results. They see other people's results online where their investment has been time, many, many years, 10 years, 15 years, or they see the they see the highlight reel, right?
Yeah.
They don't realize how much time has gone into the work behind the scenes. And that goes for any business, really. Real estate, mortgage. You don't just fall into the business and all of a sudden have all the success. Most likely doesn't happen that way. So you're building up your business that way.
You got it. Go to DanaFlanagan.com. She's got more on there, and we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
12 years strong, Joe Vagnone is still delivering the conversations that count. More Local Biz Now after the break, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, what do you say we keep the warm weather around for a few days? I don't think anybody will mind that. Partly cloudy, mainly dry. We're in the upper 70s for our Monday afternoon. Comfortable mid-50s overnight, which is really where we should be for highs this time of the year. Into the low and mid-80s Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll bring a rain chance back again by Thursday. That's your forecast from the Surf Pickleball and Kitchen. I'm WSIC meteorologist Chase Myers.
Spotless cleaning. How can we make your day spotless? Yes, we make not just toilets spotless, but also counters, cabinets, and kitchens. we make your whole house, your whole day spotless. My grandparents taught me the details, not the things, make your home and your life luxurious. Yes, they raised me in Brazil. And that's why we will never charge you extra for base sports. Let me help you be a diva a few hours a week. Spotless Cleaning and C.com.
Keep winter cold outside with propane heat from GMB Energy. We provide cost-effective propane to cook meals and heat your home and water, even when the power goes out. For a limited time, save big with rebates, like up to $350 on Cozy Heat fireplaces and up to $450 on select Rinnai tankless water heaters. Visit one of our 9 locations. Call 855-LPG-PROS or visit gbenergy.com. GMB Energy, family-owned and NC Grow.
Looking to sell or buy in Huntersville or Lake Norman?
Hi, I'm Jeff Snyde, owner and managing broker of Blue Oak Realty Group. Here's the truth. Your needs don't pause for the market. Whether you need more space, less space, or just the right fit, I'll help you create a smart strategy that makes sense for your family and your goals. With over a decade of experience right here in Lake Norman, I know this community, and I treat every client's goals like my own.
Call Jeff today or visit BlueOakRealtyGroup.com. Outstanding service, smart moves. That's Blue Oak Realty Group.
When cancer changes everything, hope still matters. Cancer thriver Charlisa Harriet, also known as Coach C, the crushing chemo chick, creates faith-filled resources that comfort and uplift, including books, journals, planners, and greeting cards. Find encouragement created from lived experience at crushingchemochick.com and be sure to catch her show, The Healed Exchange with Coach C, Wednesdays from 11 to noon, right here on WSIC.
Friendly reminder, don't break when you see the lake.
WSIC. Local starts here.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Stocks have turned positive as worries about rising crude oil get replaced with hope the war in Iran could end soon. And investors also think in the meantime crude oil bottlenecks could be eased. Airline shares among those flipping from red to green as we approach the closing bell. Shares in Hims and Hers rallying as the telehealth company confirms Bloomberg's reporting the Wegovy maker Novo Nordisk is dropping its lawsuit against Hims and Hers, ending a dispute over sales of knockoff versions of its drugs. Novo will now sell its blockbusters Ozempic and Wegovy, including the popular Wegovy pills, on the Hims platform. Anthropic is suing the Defense Department for declaring the company poses a risk to the U.S. supply chain and is shifting its AI work to other providers. And Chick-fil-A out with a new spring menu, including a jalapeno ranch club chicken sandwich and a strawberry hibiscus drink menu in Sprite lemonade and frosted lemonade. Denise Pellegrini, Bloomberg Radio.
The button pushing stops here.
WSIC. Local starts here.
12 years of conversations, thousands of insights, and one truth: your business matters. This is Local Biz Now, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
And welcome back to the #1 live business show in North Carolina. I am Joe Vagnone, and this is where your business matters. Today is big. After more than 13 years on the air, we're launching a brand new format, and I wanted to kick it off with somebody very special to me. The guy who first introduced me to WSIC and live radio and literally put me on live radio. He's a master mortgage coach, a nationally recognized top producer and top manager of Element Home Loans right here in Lake Norman area, and one of the most trusted names in home financing in the country. My dear friend, whether he will admit it or not, Brad Roche. Brad, welcome to Local Biz Now, my friend. It's all yours.
Joe. If you need to sell a business, you know where to go. I'm going to make that his new tagline. Not bad, right?
I love it.
A little bit of a hook. Could we call it a hook? Maybe
right.
not. Maybe not.
Good branding.
We are joined in the studio with Dana, and we've been talking about businesses and a lot of towards the social media side. Mm-hmm. And there were a couple things that you had mentioned when we first started talking I wanted to circle back to as well. Authority pieces. Mm-hmm. Spend a minute on that. I like to be the boss.
Yeah.
What is the authority piece, or how is someone going to structure themselves, or how do you help someone get to that point?
Right. So it's really, there's a few things here.
And you have to answer that in 30 minutes, right? Right this season, that doesn't even work right there. I know the question's loaded.
Right. So it's your positioning, it's your proximity, right? So who are you surrounding yourself with? What type of rooms are you in? What is your, are you in any sort of press or media? What type of like authority pieces do you have, right? So think about it like testimonials. Those are always great to start with. A lot of people are like, well, I don't really have any, I just started my business, right? So
yeah, that's a good struggle. That's a great point. You start a new business, you don't have a bunch of reviews that are out there.
Right. So you get your first reviews, start repurposing that content on social media, ask somebody to do a video testimonial if they're willing to do that. And so you're able to repurpose that. Ask if somebody who has a podcast, if you can go on, many of them are free. So ask if you can be a guest. Then you use that like social proof, and you can record yourself in the studio. You can record yourself like walking into the studio. There's ways for you to build those authority pieces that when you put them together in small snippets on social media, really makes you look
magnifies it.
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah. And so, authority piece is a testimonial, someone saying she's great at this and does a great job. Or the other one would be someone wanting to hear you talk for one. So I'm an authority right now in case anybody's wondering, right? Right. Both of us are. So it's good stuff. So let's move to branding some. So a lot, and this is tough in real estate, right? And realtors in particular, loan officers in particular, because it'd be like a car guy.
Right.
Branding himself. It is very similar business, insurance guy, gal. I'm going along those lines. How important is branding in what you do with the clients?
Oh, I mean, it's really establishes what makes you different. And yes, you're correct in real estate and mortgage brokers, and people say, oh, I'm a real estate agent. How do I brand that? But it depends. Like if you're a new home specialist, if you are, you sell around a certain area, you can brand yourself to that specific niche. So I have a client that she works with veterans, and that is all she does. So that is her niche. And you can even niche it down even more than that, right? So people work with retirees. So you brand yourself as the specialist in that market so that people know that you are, again, it all goes back to those authority pieces, that they know that you are the only choice for that specific niche. So the more that you niche it down actually helps your business expand. And people always say, well, I don't want to discount this person or that person because I don't want to look like I just do this.
Sure.
But in the end, it's going to come from referral. Like you get a lot of referrals, you were telling me, with mortgages, and that comes from people knowing, liking, and trusting you. So when that is going to sort of spill over, right? So it doesn't mean, oh, well, I'm not a veteran. Can I still work with them? Of course you can, right? So you're not just going to get that niche, but when you're known for something, that's where it sticks in their mind.
See, branding, when I brought it up, I immediately thought of like, I don't want to say immediately thought, I guess it's right. Logo, your look, your color, that same kind of banner presence or whatever you want to call that feel, right?
Right.
You have that feel. You kind of went a different direction in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
That's what people think it is. So they think it's a logo. They think it's their fancy colors, and they'll spend all this time trying to find a fancy logo. And really, it's all about, again, I'll say this again, it's 4 pillars. So it's who you are, what you do, who you help, and how you help someone. So when you can put those 4 things together, and then you put your brand message together. So your brand message should read something along the lines of this, right? It should say, I help blank, your avatar, whoever that person is, with their clear and immediate problem.
Let's use me. I do homeowners, right? Or home buyers.
Right.
So I look for home buyers. How would you phrase that?
Right. So you can say something like, I help home buyers achieve the best rates possible in today's market without the headache. Right. So I just did that really quickly, but that takes away notice what I said at the end. I took away the pain point. Right. So you want to craft this a little bit more crafty, right?
Yeah, and we're off the cuff a little bit.
Right. But so you want to, you help them with a particular service or product that you're offering, and then you take away an aggravation, frustration, or a pain point at the end. And that makes that person go, oh, so it's kind of like selling with ease, right? Like if you're working with a realtor, oh, they make my experience so easy. They make my mortgage experience seamless, right? Without all the frustrations and aggravations, right? So, and then you're saving them money. So you're saying it a much a much more branded type of way than just, we get you the best rates possible, right?
Well, and I look at our own business. We do a lot of, like I've owned a bunch of rentals, over 100 of them, kind of crazy. And so I've been good at rent investment properties, flipping homes, some new construction. We've done a few developments. So I've gotten to add that part to my career while promoting that as, hey, we work with you on investment properties is right along those same lines that you're talking about from a branding. I do really well at investment properties.
Yeah.
We know how to make it cash flow and help you on your tax returns. Those are the selling points that we'd be using along those lines, right? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm a quick learner. See?
Yeah. So, you put it into like a brand and a brand message. So if someone says to you, like, what do you do? It should be like a 1 or 2 sentence, and that's your brand message.
You go into that elevator pitch. I hear it coming. This is what it is. Do they call it something different now? People get shy of that elevator pitch.
Right. So it's really just like, again, it's really that brand statement is of who you help and how you help them.
And you should have it ready.
Right. You should always have it ready. So when somebody asks you what you do, you don't just go, oh, I'm a real estate agent or I'm a mortgage broker. I help this person with this problem through my product or service. So it comes across much more conversational. It also should be the first tagline or the line in your bio in your social media. That should be the first thing that people see, right? So just looking at realtor, mortgage broker, it's boring. So is everybody else, right? So you want to just have a little bit of interesting brand messaging behind what it is that you do.
Well, won't it create, when you say it that way? I've been in a situation, I can say it, somebody says, what do you do? And you may not be in sales mode, mortgages, and you're done. But really, that's your opportunity to express your brand and what you do really well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So as a coach, okay, maybe I can ask you this way. You were a realtor for so long. What did you say?
Well,
what do you do?
So I didn't have like a brand and a brand statement. I had, mine was making your real estate dreams a reality. That was my tagline.
Yeah, more of a tagline. I would call it that as well.
So that was my tagline forever. And you'll have, things that you see where people say like everything I touch turns to sold, right? Yeah. But you'll see those everywhere. I think the I help statement really
we're
shows
way different tagline. We're different. That tagline's different than what you're saying.
Right.
And I actually think it's different than an elevator pitch.
Yeah.
It's being prepared to almost create more curiosity. Is that a fair way to say it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Like if I say mortgages, they're going to say, well, what's rates?
Yeah.
Right. Or they may say, oh, cool.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were to say I help people buy investment properties and learn how to manage their returns based on rental portfolio and their occupancy house.
So much more powerful.
I'm twisting it all up.
Yeah,
but you get my point, right? So that would say, oh, you do, blah, 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 and that may lead me to someone else.
Exactly.
Or is the worst thing to do is when that is coming up to say, if you know of someone that I might be able to help out, I'd really appreciate you passing on my information.
Sure.
I think that's
a great call to action right there.
It's a missed art of asking people who already trust you to say, hey, do you know of a friend I could help out that's looking for an investment property, looking for a great coach, whatever that may be.
Right. I think it's super important to ask for the business. I mean, if
a lot of people shy away until the result's there.
Right.
I think you need to do it right when they say, I want to work with you. Why? Tell your friends.
Yeah. If you don't ask for the business, someone else will. And that's why I think in the end, I did so well in real estate was because I put it all over social media and I asked for the business. And I'm not afraid to go up and say, hey, I want your listing. So what do I need to do to earn your business? I
think some people will say pushy. They feel pushy when that happens.
Yeah.
And I think there's a way of being prepared.
Sure.
And that's kind of what you mentioned I call it the elevator spiel, right? Being prepared to what to say so it may create more conversation, more opportunity for you to grow your business.
Yeah.
What if you got your whole team prepared? It starts changes the dynamics of how you're doing business.
Yeah.
Very cool. We're going to take another quick break. You are listening to Local Biz Now. Dana in the studio. Your phone number to get a hold of you, best way to get a hold of you, or go on website?
Sure. Go on my website, danaflanagan.com, and that's all A's, no I in there. So
all A's, no I. We'll be right back.
"12 years strong, Joe Vagnone is still delivering the conversations that count. More Local Biz Now after the break, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
Well, what do you say we keep the warm weather around for a few days? I don't think anybody will mind that. Well, partly cloudy, mainly dry. We're in the upper 70s for our Monday afternoon. Comfortable mid-50s overnight, which is really where we should be for highs this time of the year. Into the low and mid-80s Tuesday, Wednesday. We'll bring a rain chance back again by Thursday. That's your forecast from the Surf Pickleball and Kitchen I'm WSIC meteorologist Chase Myers.
Here's your WSIC community calendar.
Start your engines in Huntersville at the Huntersville Spring Car and Truck Show, happening Saturday, March 14th from 9 a.m. to noon at Veterans Park. Car, truck, and motorcycle owners are invited to show off their rides, connect with fellow enthusiasts, and compete for awards. Or just come enjoy the vehicles, food, and car lover atmosphere. Registration is free, but space is limited. For details and sign-up information, visit huntersville.org/events.
Then keep the fun going that same day. Luck of the Village, the St. Patrick's Day celebration, takes place March 14th from 4:30 to 7:30 p.m. at Birkdale Village in Huntersville. Enjoy live bagpipes from the Loch Norman Pipe Band, Irish dance performances, and high-energy music from the Hitmen Party Band. Plus, plenty of family-friendly fun and festive vibes. It's free to attend and perfect for all ages. Learn more at birkdalevillage.com.
Or head over to downtown Mooresville for another St. Patrick's Day celebration. Shamrocks and Shenanigans, this Saturday from 3 to 8 p.m. along North Main Street in downtown Mooresville. The festival features live music from Pluto for Planet, Irish dancers, the Mooresville Fire Rescue Pipes and Drums, food trucks, and festive beverages along Broad and Main Streets. There's also a bar crawl option with advanced tickets including 9 tasting stops and St. Patrick's Day swag. Find tickets and event details online at downtownmooresville.com.
MerleFest 2026, presented by Window World, returns April 23rd through 26th to Wilkesboro, North Carolina. Hear Allison Krause at Union Station, featuring Jerry Douglas, Old Crow Medicine Show, Charles Wesley Godwin, Blackberry Smoke, and more. For tickets, visit merlefest.org.
You don't need luck to find local events around Lake Norman. You just need Live, Work, Play, LKN.com.
That's liveworkplaylkn.com.
Hi, this is Bob McIntosh with the McIntosh Law Firm in Davidson. Since 1997, we have been committed to providing our clients with competent, caring, and experienced legal services. Learn more at McIntoshLawFirm.com.
12 years of conversations, thousands of insights, and one truth: your business matters. This is Local Biz Now, only on WSIC. Local starts here.
And welcome back to the #1 live business show in North Carolina. I am Joe Vagnone, and this is where your business matters. Today is big. After more than 13 years on the air, we're launching a brand new format, and I wanted to kick it off with somebody very special to me. The guy who first introduced me to WSIC and live radio and literally put me on live radio. He's a master mortgage coach, a nationally recognized top producer and top manager of Element Home Loans right here in Lake Norman area, and one of the most trusted names in home financing in the country. My dear friend, whether he will admit it or not, Brad Roche. Brad, welcome to Local Biz Now, my friend. It's all yours.
All right, welcome back. Welcome back. We have been breaking down some different topics in business, from social media to branding to hooks to authority pieces. We've covered a good gamut. I think it's been very helpful for any business. You know, it goes to any business. One of the things we were talking about off the air, first of all, was pickleball. How long have you been playing pickleball?
About 3 years now.
3 years now,
Yeah.
so I'm brand new to it.
Okay.
I do have rackets. You got your own rackets?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, how long did it take you to get your own rackets?
Oh, no, I had my own paddle starting out.
Before, right when you went in, you had your own paddle.
Yeah, oh,
okay,
yeah.
I didn't do
yeah,
that.
they were the cheapy ones.
I borrowed
they
a
weren't
paddle.
Okay.
Thought that's why I lost. It's
Okay.
got to be the paddle.
Right.
And then I got my own paddles, and now I'm running. So I've gone to the Serve. I heard their commercial on
Yeah.
here. Good time to go hang out and enjoy it. There are so many pickleball players now.
Oh, it's a blast.
Now, let's shift gears. So pickleball and networking.
Yes.
Right? Guys go golfing.
Sure.
People play pickleball. There's lots of ways to network. And I think some people like it, some people don't. I'm not a big fan of going into the room and I get a minute
Yeah.
to talk.
I
Can you
don't
tell?
like-
Can you tell that's not really me
I
yet?
call that the hi, my name is.
I hate it.
I hate it.
Okay,
Right.
is that the time for the elevator speech? What are you supposed to do then?
I try to avoid those hi, my name is.
Okay.
Like you stand up, you have your 10 seconds to just feature dump everything all over
Yeah.
the place, and then you sit down. I don't like those types of events, and I
Okay, then we're kind of on the same page. Not that they don't work.
Right.
I do know that can be a good group, but I also know there's other ways, as you put it, to put yourself out there. What are some ways for people? And I'm asking you, I think, this entire show, pretty loaded questions.
Sure.
And you should know these are general
of
things
course.
that you're coming back with.
Right.
And that when you get to a business, it can get a lot more specific, or it will.
Absolutely.
And then you fine tune and it gets a lot better. So as we're generally covering, it's like
Very
asking me what
generalized.
rates are, 6.5, 7, somewhere around there. Until I get your credit score,
Right.
well, how much you putting down, then we
Right.
get into the
Right.
real needles of it. So how does someone get more active? You were telling the story about someone getting started in a new business and they need to get themselves out there. They don't have any reviews, lots of stuff to get sorted out and started with.
Yeah.
If you've decided what you're doing or you want to increase what you're doing, how do I put myself out there if I hate those kind of groups we just talked about?
Yeah. If you're not active on LinkedIn, that's very important. If you're in business and you're not active on LinkedIn, every single person that comes to me requesting my help, I look at their profile and they have typically less than 2,000 followers. That tells me something. They're not networked just on social media, probably not in person either. Nobody that's got 20,000 followers is coming to me asking for exposure issues, right? So it goes hand in hand. When you find people that they may have a lot of accolades, right? They have several degrees, and this happens all the time, but they can't get a job because they're so worried about refining their resume instead of putting themselves in the rooms with people that will give them opportunities.
Interesting. So I think a lot of people spend time, or I would call it, to me, it can be a hiding place versus doing the activities that bring you the dollars in, right? I know in my business what that is. I'm better on the phone or meeting with a client or a realtor partner, referral partner, financial planner. When I'm face to face, I know that's my best suit in getting more business in. And it's easy. It's easy to hide behind the computer now, and you're just punching stuff and doing a lot. And I think that kind of goes to what we were talking about in the first segment, I think it was, where people want to walk into the grocery store, you want to say hi.
Right.
It's the same kind of thing. It's like that's where the business is coming from.
Sure.
How do they go out there and do it, though? So what do you advise? Like, I want to put myself out there more. What would you tell somebody to do?
And I'm going to acknowledge.
It's got to be personalized, right?
Right. I'm going to acknowledge it's not for everybody, right? And there are certain people in certain jobs that it really doesn't work for. So, if you're a teacher or a nurse, that doesn't really work in that industry, right? I mean, that is more of a hiring type of process. But if you're an entrepreneur or you're a person looking for a new opportunity in business, it's very important to get yourself out there. There's tons of virtual networking events, both local and global. I spoke on a women's summit this morning with business leaders in women's business, and I was their speaker this morning. There was a lot of people on there, and they had a lot of questions, kind of like what you've been asking me. So there's tons of networking events. You can just look them up on LinkedIn. You can probably Google them. You can also do things locally, like your local chamber. Start there. That's going to be people like your local painter, your local plumber, your local mortgage broker, your local realtor, right? So you can do, BNI, which is Business Networking International.
That's the 1 minute speech.
That's the 1 minute speech.
Now, Rotary, it comes to mind.
Rotary.
And you're giving back a little bit more to the community. Here's the point. Isn't there a lot of groups?
Yeah.
Maybe you're
There's
into
no shortage.
Well, look, maybe you're into pickleball. Maybe you ride motorcycles. Maybe you're on the boat. But where's your little group around your community that you're building? And then are you putting your brand out there?
Right.
And telling them you do need their help? Because people who like you want to help you.
Exactly.
It's very typical.
People love to help other people, and they love to make recommendations.
Then why so shy about asking for the help?
Right?
Is it a weakness of people? I don't want to burden you. Where's that coming from?
Yeah.
I'm not worthy. What is it?
Yeah, I think really it's just it's an insecurity, and they simply just don't want to ask. They feel like they're bothering people, right?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and really, when I tell people, you're being helpful. Like, you're helping people, right? If people don't know, you're doing people a disservice if they don't know about your product or service that could help hundreds, if not thousands of people, right? So you're actually doing a disservice to those people. So let people know what it is that you offer. Let people know how you can help them, and put yourself out there and do the things that are uncomfortable, right? So I will purposely do things that are uncomfortable to get myself past that, right? So I want to challenge anybody that's listening that's like, oh, I don't really know how to post on social media. Come find me and I can help you. But start putting yourself out there. Change your bio so people know what you're doing. Change your profile picture so it doesn't have a hat and sunglasses on. Like, start to look a little bit more professional, and so there's a cohesive brand around what it is that you're doing, and let people know. Like, don't put like soccer mom and dog mama like in your bio, right? Because that doesn't help people. If you don't want business from it, that's fine. But if you want business from it, let people know how you help them in your.
Go back to LinkedIn a little bit. As a coach, I see why you would use it. There's tons of businesses on it.
Yeah.
As a even realtor or a mortgage guy, and I go on the list, there's a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
Why did you go there first to look up that person versus like, how come you didn't go to Facebook? How come you didn't link Instagram? Where didn't you go anywhere else? How come you went to LinkedIn?
Yeah. So LinkedIn is typically going to have a different, now I'm on all of them, right?
But you went there, right?
I get,
it's a first stop.
I will get more serious business owners through LinkedIn than I will on Facebook. So
do you feel people are dialed in on LinkedIn if they're serious about their profiles, their branding? Like, is that the one they may leave out and they might do the more Facebook is personal?
Yeah.
See, I think this is where people get lost. Like, what am I putting there and what am I doing here? Yeah.
LinkedIn is not for pictures of your kid's soccer tournament over the weekend,
That's
right?
Fair.
So it's not. That is all business, and that's where you'll find networking groups. You'll find industry events. Special dinners, galas, charity events even are great. Get involved if you get with your favorite charity. Go to the charity golf tournament. Go to the dinner, right? Start to meet people. Find out what those business owners do. Those, as soon as you go to one, it's going to be like a snowball effect where people are going to tell you about the next event, or you're going to get somebody else that's going to interview you. They're going to invite you to a networking event. Go on those and let people know who you are. Let people know, hey, I'm interested in getting involved and plugged into some events. What would you recommend?
I think people when you say networking, or anyone says networking, I think people get stuck in the one group or that group.
Yeah.
And that's it. And there's so many more places. Really, networking is getting into the people you want to hang out with too. Like, I don't expect you to go to a sewing networking party if you're a motorcycle chick.
Right.
It'd be totally not the crowd.
Yeah.
Right?
Make sure it makes sense for your business.
Yeah.
And there's been things I've gotten on and I'm like, oh man, this is not for me at all. And so it's just be like selective, right? But let people know that you're here to help, and just ask, hey, I know you do a lot of like really cool things. Do you have any networking groups you'd recommend? I'd love to start.
Yeah.
And you can always ask your local chamber or somebody that's like a realtor. Everyone has a friend that's a realtor, mortgage broker. Ask them. Yeah. Right.
How you brought up bio a few times, right? Do you read those a lot on people? Like, are you going and checking them out? Yeah. So you're looking at it. Do you think that happens a lot where people are reading the bios?
Absolutely.
In what regards? Like, I get it where people would go, I'm going to look at her reviews, see how good she is, or he's at this, or whatever it is. But you also think they're looking at the bio more about you.
Oh, and so I have the premium LinkedIn where I can see who views my profile.
Okay.
So before a call with me, a lot of times I'll see the person viewed my profile. Like, I spoke this morning and the person running the event viewed my profile about an hour before the event.
Yeah. Okay.
So, it's really important, because where do you think people are looking? They're looking at people's stuff. They also want to see, like, what kind of person am I dealing with, right? If you're like some crazy person that posts this crazy stuff online, like, they might not want to have you working for them. So
we're almost out of time, but there's some specifics a bio should draw right to? What would be the number one thing? Like,
yeah. So it's your brand message. So it's who you are, what you do, who you help, and how you help someone. So just that I help so-and-so with their said problem through my product or service. So I click on your bio. It should be very apparent to me right away what you look like, what you do, and how you help people.
Very cool. DanaFlanagan.com, correct?
Yes, that is correct.
All right. Visit us. You can go to For the Plan. If you need a house mortgage, needs there, we've got you covered, and we will see you next week for Local Biz Now. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.